You close your eyes to meditate. The room disappears, breath slows, and you begin what you've been taught. Watch the thoughts. Don't engage. Just observe. A thought appears. I need to finish that email. You notice it. Let it pass. Another thought. Why am I so anxious lately? You observe that too. And for a moment, there's this quiet satisfaction. Look at me. I'm aware. I'm not caught in the stream. I'm watching from the shore. But then something shifts. A question arrives, uninvited. Who is watching? Who is this observer standing back, cataloging, evaluating whether you're doing it right? And if there's someone watching the thoughts, doesn't that mean you're still divided? Still split? The watcher and the watched. The mind observing the mind. Here's what no one tells you. The observer you've been cultivating, the witness you've been training yourself to become, is the mind's most sophisticated survival mechanism. You think you're transcending thought, but you've just created a new identity, a new layer, the one who watches. The watcher is the cage. Today, we meet one of Ramana Maharshi's most destabilizing revelations. Not a teaching you apply, a trap you've been living in without knowing it. This will undo something you've been building for years. And it starts with a single question Ramana asked that most people never truly hear. What is the mind? His answer is almost too simple. The mind is a bundle of thoughts. The root of all thoughts is the I thought. Mind is only the I thought. That sense of I you carry everywhere. I'm meditating. I'm observing. I'm becoming more aware. That I is the mind, not something you have, something you're identified as. And every spiritual practice that reinforces that I, even subtly, even through observation, keeps the mind intact. So when you sit down to watch your thoughts, who sits? The I, the separate self, the very thing you're trying to dissolve. You haven't stepped out of the mind. You've just moved to a different room in the same house and called it freedom. This is why you can meditate for years and still feel divided, still feel like someone trying to get somewhere, because the one trying is the obstacle. Let me show you how this works in real time. You're scrolling at night. That familiar hollowness starts spreading through your chest. Comparison. Everyone else's life looks figured out. Yours feels scattered, stuck. And your spiritual training kicks in. Don't identify. Observe it. You're not your thoughts. So you step back. You become the witness. There is comparison happening. And for a breath, maybe two, there's space, relief. But underneath that relief, can you feel it? That subtle tension, the effort of maintaining the observer position. The one who's watching is working, concentrating, making sure you're doing this correctly, and that one, that watcher, is exhausted. Because watching is not rest. Watching is the mind's activity, pretending to be stillness. Ramana Maharshi cuts through this with devastating clarity. The self shines by itself. When that is found, thoughts cease of their own accord. That is freedom from bondage, not freedom through observation, not freedom through awareness practice. Freedom when the observer itself is seen through. When the I thought, the root sense of being a separate watcher, collapses. But here's what makes this so disorienting. You can't use observation to see through the observer, because observation is the observer's activity. The moment you think, I see the trap, the I has reasserted itself. The watcher has returned. So, what does Ramana offer instead? Not another technique, not another method. He says, trace the I thought to its source. Don't watch thoughts as they arise and pass. Go to the root. Ask, who am I? Who is this one claiming to be the witness? And don't answer with words. Feel into it. Where does this sense of I actually live? This isn't philosophical. Try it now. There's a sense of being someone hearing these words, isn't there? Someone who's either understanding this or resisting it. Can you locate that someone? Actually feel for it. Where is it? Is it in your head, your chest, or is it just a sensation, a contraction, a thought claiming to be you? That's inquiry, not watching the mind, dissolving the watcher. Ramana says, the mind rises from the heart. From the self, the I thought arises, and from that, all other thoughts emerge. When the source is known, the mind subsides. The heart isn't a location, it's the source. What exists before the thought, I am, before the sense of being someone separate, before the entire structure of observer and observed. And you can't think your way there. You can't watch your way there. Because thinking and watching are movements away from the source. What's left then? This, right now, the hearing of these words without someone claiming ownership of the hearing, the breath moving without a breather, the awareness that's already here, not needing a witness to validate it. Let me be clear. This doesn't mean observation is wrong. Ramana himself taught self-inquiry, but the inquiry he points to isn't observation from a distance. It's the collapse of distance, the end of the observer. You're lying in bed, 3 a.m, mind cycling through tomorrow's conversations, past mistakes, future anxieties. Your jaw is tight, shoulders pulled up toward your ears, and you remember, watch it, don't resist. So you watch, but that watching, can you feel it? It's another layer of tension, another doing. The one watching is clenched, vigilant, trying so hard to do this correctly that sleep becomes impossible. What if you stopped? Not by suppressing, not by giving up, but by seeing that the one maintaining watch is the disturbance itself. Here's what almost no spiritual teaching tells you. The watcher you've built through years of practice, that inner observer you've cultivated, might be the most refined form of ego you've ever created. Not because observation is bad, but because the sense of being someone who observes, someone who's spiritually progressing, someone who's getting better at awareness, that's still separation, still the I thought, still the mind. And the mind is brilliant at this. It'll even watch itself and call that enlightenment. It'll observe its own patterns and call that freedom. But as long as there's a watcher, there's division. As long as there's division, there's conflict. And where there's conflict, the mind survives. Ramana's teaching is surgical. Your nature is peace and happiness. Thoughts are the obstacles to realization, but the greatest obstacle isn't the thoughts themselves. It's the subtle sense of being someone who must observe them, who must manage them, who must transcend them, that someone is a ghost, a habit, the mind's final disguise. So, here's the question you'll carry with you, not to answer, but to live with. What happens when you stop watching? When the observer itself is seen as just another appearance, just another thought claiming to be you? What if the peace you've been seeking doesn't need your vigilance? What if freedom is the falling away of the one who believes they must become free? Ramana's final word on this is absolute. That inner self, primeval spirit, eternal, ever-effulgent, full and infinite bliss, single, indivisible, whole and living, shines in everyone as the witnessing awareness, not an awareness you practice, not a state you achieve, just what is, what has always been, here, now, requiring nothing, not even your observation of it. The watcher is the cage. When the watcher dissolves, what remains is what you've always been, not someone who is aware, just awareness itself, silent, complete, free. We're not here to teach you better observation. We're here to see through observation together, to rest in what needs no witness, no watcher, no becoming. Stay with us, not to learn more, but to unlearn what's been keeping you separate. The self shines by itself.